Hello, ladies and gentlemen, in Great Britain, in Australia, in the United States. My name is Tonio Schunk. I try to come into contact with you, close contact through YouTube. And I try to ask you certain things because I believe that we have to share information as peasants that we are in our not in our government, in our countries that we live in. We have to share this information because I think it is important that we realize what's happening around us. I try to get into contact with you and try to, yeah, stable to make, yeah, to make discussions, to be able to discuss with you. Yeah, that's why I do that. And I will talk with you about, yeah, the pandemic situation, of course, what else? And the video title says it clearly. Even if COVID-19, even if the pandemic is ends or is abandoned, nothing will change. Tell you why. I believe that nothing will change because we have a great amount of people in many states who are willing or were willing to believe the narrative of the press. They still do. And that's fine with me. I'm not judging on that. Everyone does what he wishes to do. But we live together in our societies in a house. And in this house, we are now divorced. That means we had to divorce because for 2 years now, a certain amount of people were, yeah, unhappy with that situation, and it was the point that we were not able to come together. We are still not. The narrative is now slowly crumbling, and things will change very soon. I'm sure of that. But the point is, we will live together in a house under the same roof, and we will be divorced. And we have a partner in the house that is unable to accept what he did. It's a bit like a narcissistic partner who always was right in this pandemic, and the majority of the people believe they are right in this pandemic, abandoning fundamental rights, abandoning constitutions. In Germany, it's the Grundgesetz. And the other side is, let's say, the Schmuddelkinder. Schmuddelkinder is a German term for saying people or children who are dirty. And these dirty children, you do not play with them because they're dirty. They smell. I'm one of these dirty children. I smell. No one wants to play with me. That's a shame. But I've adapted to the situation. I mostly play with myself now. Yeah, shouldn't say that, I guess. But however, these sides live in the same house, and they will not come together. We will, after all this pandemic is done, after all this, yeah, information, all this crap is done. We will come back to a time where we live together without many restrictions, I guess. And we have the fact that one side will not reflect on what they did. One side will perhaps, escorted by the media narrative, we will be in a situation where apologies will be made, where the media will say, "Oh, it was not nice what happened, but we have to get together. We have to get back together. We have to apologize. We have to forgive, and blah blah blah. You know what I mean." And let's shake our hands. Let's come together in peace and in harmony. After 2 years of cutting a big part of society out, just saying we don't like them anymore and they have to suffer. This will be a problem and it will be unable. We will be as societies in the West unable to get together. This is what I believe. We are divorced and we live together in a house because economically we are unable to split. There's nowhere to go because if one side goes, you cannot pay the bills. That's how it is. And even if the pandemic will end, I tell you what, it will not change at all. Because one side of the people will not be willing to accept that they perhaps have been mistaken. Because they will, in all of their lives, they will never be willing to ask in which bubble they live. They will never realize that the only way to get together is to really confront myself with all the things that happened. And people didn't do that for over 2 years. Why would they now? It's far easier to say, I didn't know it. And that's what will happen. They will say, we didn't know it. You know, that's what will happen. They will look away and say, we didn't know it. We tried to do what they told us. And we will have to live together. And I ask you, what can we do now? How shall we behave in this situation? We will live together now. Yeah, do you have any plans? In Australia, Great Britain, in the United States, are there any plans where you say, that's what we can do? We want to live peacefully. We have to accept, as the first principle, we have to accept what happened and accept that people will not realize what they did. And they will never apologize. Or if they do, it will have no value because it is not honest. What to do now? I ask you, have you any plans, any ideas how we can solve this problem? Because this is the problem that will haunt us in the next years. Well, I'm curious to hear. Thank you for listening. I love you. All of you.